What is up, guys? We're back with another video, and we are back with UFC 280 showcases after taking a break to do Cub Swanson. But today we are doing a fighter showcase on Petr for his upcoming fight against Shane O'Malley. Like I said in my previous video, towards the end of this fight, like at the very end, I am gonna give my opinion on who I think is gonna win. Not my opinion, my prediction on who I think is gonna win the fight and why. And if you guys stick around to that, to want to listen and just care to know what I think, I am gonna talk about it a little bit during the fights, but I'm gonna give my full conclusion most likely at the end of the fight. Who knows? Maybe I won't. But I'll let you guys know, obviously. But as you can see right now, we are doing Shane O'Malley against Petr. This isn't like a fighter simulation style. This was either when I was recording for Bilal Muhammad or Benil Dariush, and I was just doing fights to keep up my ranking. And I like to focus on one fighter. So if I, like for example, for Petr, I had to watch all his fights.
Coming up next, a UFC Bantamweight tilt.
So yeah, like I was saying, for Petr, I had to watch all his fights. So, for example, up next I have to do TJ Dillashaw. I didn't just watch Petr's fighting and then go like, okay, now I have to go watch TJ Dillashaw. If I do that, I have a very bad memory. So if I was to do that, I probably would forget a little bit of Petr's style, how he fought. But Petr is really easy. He's just pretty combo based, technical at a certain pace. It just depends. Like I said in the intro of this video, this isn't simulation style. This was just regular play for me, because this was Benil Dariush or Bilal Muhammad, one of those, and I was just playing to keep up my ranked, and I always use Petr. There's the knockout. We managed to sidestep his spinning back kick. I always play as Petr in Bantamweight, either Petr or Jose Aldo, and this was a pretty decent fight for just like on rank play, so I was like, why not? I also have TJ Dillashaw and Charles Oliveira that I plan to post that are non-simulation. We're in half guard right now. He's just throwing a couple punches. Managed to get the full guard. He postured up. I'm guessing maybe he's not good on the ground, so he doesn't want to deal with it, or he just wants to take it back on his feet. Nice spinning back kick to the body. Did a little combination right there.
He's doing a great job of mixing things up, keeping busy, being very active.
Kicks to the body, keeping his distance, which is good.
Good punch land.
Petr, if he has deadly combinations if you know how to use them.
Oh, he lands another strike to the body, really starting to connect on a lot of shots to the midsection, and these will take their toll as this fight goes into the latter round.
Landed a couple shots in.
90 seconds to go in round one.
I mean, look at the commitment.
I landed a kick to his body. I don't know what that move is called that Shane O'Malley did. I know there's a name, but I forget what it's called. I know Luke Rockhold did it against Paulo Costa in the most recent pay-per-view though.
Less than a minute now to go in round one.
Big body kick.
45 seconds remain in the round. Oh, a huge block there.
Look at him working at trying to shut the liver down.
Oh, continuing to work the body to great effect.
That kick just missed him by a little bit if he didn't throw that kick. And my apologies, it wasn't most recent. It was 278. So Kamaru Usman versus Leon Edwards. 2. That's where we managed to knock him down because he went for the spinning kick to the body and I sidestepped it and then we wanted the hooks to knock him down. Glove touch, show respect, cool. Sidestepped his kick again.
And he caught the kick.
Caught his kick to the body. Spinning back fist, uppercut,
Well, really using his
kick
reach
to the
advantage
body.
there with that punch, DC. So he's really starting to put
Another
together
kick
some
to the body.
significant body shots here. These are going to take their toll as this fight goes on. Back and forth we go here. Mixes it up nicely in terms of
He needs to
staying
get out
heavy
of the
and also
pocket. He
staying
needs to fight like he was before. Spinning kicks to the body, front kicks to the body to keep his distance. Fighting in the pocket's not doing good for him right now.
He has a commitment to kicking
He tried to go
tonight
for that
and
spinning
showed.
kick again. Managed to catch him with the leg kick. Trip him.
Nice body kick right under the elbow.
Kick to front kick to the body.
The right hand just misses.
Damn, he whipped that high kick.
Oh, nice connection by him
A lot of these things, like, I'm like, when I watch, I'm like, why didn't I do this? Oh, we knocked him down with some combo shots right there. This could be over. And he managed to survive. A lot of these times when I look back at this stuff, you don't know because you're in the moment and you're just like, okay, I need to play this and that. You kind of know what you're doing, but for me, not really. Because when I look back, I'm like, why didn't I do this? Why didn't I do that? So, for example, when he whipped that high kick, I could have gone for a front kick, or for a spinning back kick, like a spinning back kick, that high one, not a low one, and it probably would have connected and knocked him down. But you don't know that in the moment because you're just playing.
Well, he is at his kickboxing best tonight. Another
Managed to stun him right there. We managed to knock him down. A couple shots. He's up against the cage.
knee to the body.
We're in clinch position right now. Couple shots to the body. Shots up top. We knocked him down. We're in top mount now.
This could very well be the beginning.
I don't know why I keep throwing that shot. That that hook shot. He just blocked him. He tried to posture up. We denied it.
Fighter DC, what do you do?
I tried to throw it straight, but he whipped it. I'm not whipped it. He like just moved his head. He postured up. We're going for ground and pound, but he survives. Man, so like I said in the Shane O'Malley video, if you guys watched that long, Shane O'Malley has talent. He does, but to me, he's the average fighter. He doesn't have anything special. He's not flashy. He doesn't have power. He doesn't have speed. Like, yeah, he has speed, but the average fighter, like the average fighter's speed. Petr is definitely quicker than him in my opinion. Petr went against Jose Aldo, and Jose Aldo was one of the best in the featherweight division. Yes, Jose Aldo was older during that time, but it's still Jose Aldo nonetheless. We stunned him and tried to go for an overhand. He ducked it, but Petr could stand with Jose Aldo. Petr's gone 5 rounds. Like almost a distance. Three times. With this fight against Aljamain, his fight with Jose Aldo, he only made it to the 4th round. The first fight with Aljamain Sterling, he made it to the 4th round, and then the second he made it to the distance. But sorry, I got distracted. We managed to catch Shane O'Malley with a high kick. Then we knocked him down, and then we got him from ground and pound. Then we knocked him out with 1 shot, and the guy quit. Not really surprising, but that's pretty much for this one. Let's move on to the next.
All right, coming up next, a UFC Bantamweight division fight.
So we are fighting a Division 8 who's using TJ Dillashaw. And also, at the end of this fight, I'm going to take like a little brief opportunity to talk about a subject. It's about Petr, him losing his title to Aljamain Sterling in the first fight via disqualification. I'm going to give my opinion on that. But that's going to be at the end of the fight. If you don't care to listen, I'll put a timestamp of when you can skip to the next fight. But if you're interested in hearing my opinion on Patreon losing his title via disqualification, wait till the end of the fight and I'll talk about that. If not, you could just skip it and I'll put a timestamp. Nice combination, nice shots to the body by TJ. Caught him with that body shot. A couple shots up top. If this fight was happening in life, without question, Patreon would have won. Couple shots to the body. Stunned him. Able to knock him with a high kick. Oh, he barely survived that. He was out. He was out. He was done for. He barely survived that. He tried to go for submission. I managed to deny it. But he goes for it again. He managed to get it. But I'm pretty good at defending submissions. You have to be really good in order to get me, but I'm pretty decent when it comes to it. Managed to get up top. He gives up his back. Throw a couple shots up top. We transitioned a little bit on the run, and then he managed to posture up.
Continues to mix it up, going to the head, mixing in some body shots. Oh, and another leg kick lands flush, and now you're starting to see visible damage on that lead leg of his opponent.
Visible damage, and you see him starting to make mistakes now in his defenses because his leg is so beat up. It's red, it's all beat up.
He is fighting too close in the pocket. This could be dangerous for him. I've told you guys, fighting in the pocket, unless you know how to handle it, or just know what you're doing in general, that could be super dangerous. Went for the high kick, he managed to block it. Got 25 seconds left. Managed to stun him. I don't know why it went for a leg kick. It always does that when when I stun someone and I try to knock them down, just throw shots. It's because I tried to do an uppercut, but I guess you have to hold both buttons, either X and triangle or circle and square, and I guess it doesn't register. No, sorry, excuse me. Circle and triangle and square and X in order to do the uppercuts. And I guess it doesn't register both buttons sometimes, and it just throws the leg kick. But that round is most definitely mine, in my opinion.
Beautiful leg kick throw.
Starting to do some really significant damage to the body.
Throwing kicks to the body. Throwing leg kicks. I just stun him. Body shot. I didn't pressure because I knew I wouldn't. There was no point. He was already backing up. Nice high kick.
Timing his shots nicely here, champ.
He's doing a great job of mixing everything up and using a lot of diverse strikes.
Oh, nice connection by him there.
Again, he's exchanging in the pocket, and especially now, it's more dangerous for him now. So he shouldn't even be able to do it. He shouldn't even have been doing that. But we caught him with the high kick, then we stunned him, then we knocked him down with the uppercut. ground and pound shots to end it, and we got it like that. He shouldn't have been exchanging in the pocket. Multiple times I always say this. Only if you guys ever play, only ever exchange in the pocket if you know you can, if you have them hurt and you want to risk it. And it's just dangerous exchanging in the pocket unless you know how to, you know how to handle it, and you just know what you're doing. So, like I was saying, I'm going to talk about Petr losing his title. If you don't want to hear about that, I'll put a timestamp on when you could just skip to the next fight. And but I want to talk about this. So, if you didn't know, Petr fought against Jose Aldo back like in 2020. I don't know. I don't remember the month. He was fighting Jose Aldo for the vacated Bantamweight title because TJ got popped for using, so he had to vacate the title. And he beat Jose and he became the new champion. That I didn't know. I honestly didn't know that. I thought his first fight with Aljamain Sterling was the first time he was getting a shot for the title. If you never seen Aljamain versus Petr the first time, you should watch it. It's on UFC Russia's channel. Just look it up, Aljamain Sterling versus Petr UFC Russia, and you should find it. But in that fight, Aljamain came out rushing towards Petr in the first round for like I don't know what reason. I don't know what the strategy was. I don't know if he was like confident or just like cocky enough to think, oh, I'm gonna rush him the first round and I'll beat him. I don't know what was the reason, but he did, and he just burned out all his stamina in the first round. And he still had some stamina in the second round, but towards the end, he was like fighting like 25% towards the third round, and then the fourth round he was fighting like 10% at most. He was just done the fourth round, but in the fourth round towards the end, Petr for like whatever reason he threw an illegal knee, and obviously it caused the disqualification, and he lost the title. Now here's my thing, is that the referee says he was like, your opponent's down, so don't throw the knee. And Petr threw the knee anyways, and that's why he lost the title, because he did it on purpose. Now here's my thing, is I'm not defending Petr. I'm not like a mark for him because I barely know him. But Petr has a language barrier. Now you could say, oh, the referee is gonna explain this before the fight. This means that. This means this. Even if Petr didn't hear what he said, is that he should have still known. So, did he deserve to lose the title? Yes, because he should have known not to throw it. But should have Aljamain won the title via disqualification? No, I feel like it should have been stripped. Not Aljamain. I shouldn't have won the title at all. But that's my opinion on that whole situation. Let's get on with the next fight.
Coming up next, a UFC Bantamweight 2.
So we're fighting a Division 9 who's using Marlon Vera. This guy made it to Division 11 in Season 14. If you want to hear my prediction for the fight against Shane O'Malley, stick around towards the end if you care to hear my opinion. If not, you could just click off after the fight. Managed to slip this straight, catch him with an uppercut. Nice knee to the body. He just slipped nice straight. That's funny. But he didn't do anything. Caught my leg kick, put me on the ground. Caught him with the inside leg kick. Nice knee to the body from him. Managed to catch him with that overhand. I don't try to do too much head movement because I'm not very good at it. I'm not good with my reaction time or just signals in general for that. If I attempt to go for it, then I know I'm gonna probably get punished for it to even attempt to try to pull anything like that. Nice little boy kick from him.
look at the whip action that
Nice
comes
body shot from him. Caught him with the
lands
hook and managed to knock him down. But for whatever reason, the game did not really jump on him.
blow in a big moment in this fight.
He missed that by a mile. I wasn't even nowhere near it next to him. Caught him with that overhand just now.
Oh, big left. So just over 20 total strikes.
Tried to catch me with the spinning body. I nearly missed it. To be honest, he probably would have stunned me if it would have connected.
In the single collar tie.
Oh, that was
How about the transition?
There's an ankle pick,
We'll see where he goes from here.
but I managed to get back up.
how he advances from this position. Big, powerful punch lands. Now he gets back to range.
Punches blocked.
Oh, nice.
Caught him with a couple of shots up top. Still catching him. This could be dangerous for him. He needs to back away. You're too much in the pocket, buddy. And I caught him because he tried to go for a body shot too close. Told him he was too close to the pocket. But now for the predictions. So here we go. So I do see the first round being competitive. They both have good striking. Shane O'Malley has the height advantage and the reach advantage. But other than the first round, I don't see this. I don't see this other than Patreon just dominating the fight. Other than that, who knows? They might make it the distance. All 3 rounds, and they might make it the distance, but I still see Patreon winning. I do not see Shane O'Malley knocking out Patreon or him submitting him at the very least. That he's most definitely not doing that. Patreon, he has better grappling defense from what I've seen and everything. He's the better grappler if he chooses to do that, and Patreon said he does see it going on the ground. He went up against Aljamain Sterling in the second fight. Yes, he did get dominated on the ground the second and third round. But if you're able to last that long and not get submitted, props to him. You're a good grappler. And he managed to get Aljamain's back eventually. So I do see the first round being competitive, but other than that, I do see Patreon's experience and just ability, him winning the fight. He's gone against better competition than Shane O'Malley. He's gone against, from names that I know, I'm sure other people that know more than me can add other people to this list, but from what I know, he's fought against John Dodson, Uriah Faber, Jose Aldo, Corey Sandhagen, and Aljamain Sterling twice. And that's elite competition compared to Shane O'Malley. From what I only know, again, someone else could probably pick other names, but the only one I know is Marlon Chito Vera. And that was before he got to the level he is now. But compared to Shane O'Malley, that's not a good resume for Shane. Compared to Patreon, that's not a good resume for Shane O'Malley. So I do see the first round being competitive. The second, that maybe, but definitely not the third. I see Patreon getting the TKO in the third, or just getting the decision win. Patreon has been in 4 5-round fights. Yes, 2 of them he didn't make it to the 5th round, but he made it to the 4th. Against Jose Aldo, he made it to the 4th, or I could be wrong about that. I'm pretty sure though. Aljamain Sterling, he made it to the 4th with the first one, and then Corey Sandhagen, he made it to the 5th, and the second Aljamain fight, he made it to the 5th. So he has more experience of that too than Shane O'Malley. And Shane O'Malley has the reach advantage, the height advantage, but Patreon has more deadly combinations. He's comfortable fighting in the pocket. He's one that takes one to give one, and I just see him with his elite experience, him getting the win compared to Shane O'Malley. If Shane O'Malley wins, the only way I see it is him being able to get it by decision. I don't see him getting by not TKO or knockout, or most definitely not submission, because he's not an elite grappler. Neither is Peter Young, but he's not bad. If you saw his fight against Aljamain Sterling, he was doing pretty good. Other than giving up his back, that's only his one downfall from what I've seen so far, is that he gives up his back so far. But I honestly, I just don't see Shane O'Malley winning this. I see Peter Young winning it in the 3rd round or by decision, and that's pretty much it for this. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know who you guys think will win this fight. And if you disagree or agree, let me know why in the comments. But other than that, leave a like, leave a comment, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for the TJ Dillashaw Showcase. Peace out, guys.